Hi everyone, this is Ronnie Crew again. I'm going to be guiding you through lab number 11, which is going to be your last lab for this networks and infrastructure course. We're going to be looking at Telnet and SSH, which are actually two network protocols used for remote access and management of devices. Okay. We're going to learn how to use Telnet and SSH. We're going to use Wireshark to capture both Telnet and SSH packets, and then draw an analysis or conclusion of why SSH should be used instead of Telnet by analyzing the packet captured. If you haven't taken this lab yet, please watch the video. Okay, follow along as I go. We're going to log into a Kali machine. Same as in the previous labs. Check that up. We're going to launch our command line interface and type IP address to check our interface address for this Kali machine. Okay, we all know exactly what our point of interest is. IP address for this machine is 192.168.1.8. Okay, so we are going to open our Wireshark by executing sudo Wireshark. We're going to go ahead and do sudo Wireshark because we want it to run in the back end while we execute these traffics using Telnet and SSH to draw a conclusion at the end of the practice. Sudo Wireshark password there we go. So we're going to make sure that the 8.0 interface, which is on the 192.168.1.0 for network, is selected in the Wireshark capture pane. Then we're going to click the blue thing to proceed. There we go. So while Wireshark is running the back end, I'm just going to go ahead and minimize that. Step 6, we're going to move into Ubuntu machine. We're going to navigate to Ubuntu machine. We're going to log in our password. We'll check that out. We are going to also run an IP address to run and see whatever the IP address of this machine is. Okay. 192.168.1.50. Okay. So that's the IP address that interfaced our Ubuntu machine. Okay. So we are going to run the netstat command, which is short form for network statistics. It's a networking command that gives us information on our network connections, routing table, and more. So we can start by executing the manual to kind of know what all the bells and whistles that this command has. So I'm going to go ahead and we can do that if we want to. And close this. Okay. go ahead and execute the manual for the netstat just to see the bells and whistles. Those are the various options. The bars, we did this in the previous labs on how to access a manual for a command. Okay, we are going to just exit this by pressing the Q button. So we're back. We're going to go ahead with step 10 because we want to listen to the TCP sockets. So we're going to do netstat press the enter key. Okay, we are listening to the sockets. So here, right, the negative, the hyphen N shows numeric address. The T tells netstat to only display TCP connections, and the I tells netstat to only display listening sockets, and the P shows the name of the program using each socket. So the N will be for a numerical address, the address. The T would be for the TCP connections only, and only TCP connections that are currently listening, and then the program name. So the same, you can see. Okay, step 11. From this output, we can see that Ubuntu is listening from incoming connections on both ports 22 and ports 23. Ports 22 is used for SSH, you know that, while 23 is used for Telnet. Okay. SSH is a network protocol that uses encryption to secure connections between a client and a server. Yep, it is secure. Telnet which was developed in 1969, is similar, except it does not utilize encryption. So the difference between SSH and Telnet is that SSH is secure, Telnet is not. They both allow users to log into machines remotely. Okay, we're going to go ahead and close the Ubuntu terminal, and we are going to navigate back. We're going to navigate back to a Kali machine, and we are going to open a new terminal by clicking File, New tab, and we are going to execute Telnet. So we're going to start with Telnet. Now that we know the IP addresses of the Ubuntu machine, the IP address of the Ubuntu machine, so we're going to remotely access that Ubuntu machine using Telnet protocol. So we're going to do Telnet 192.168.1.50, and we're going to use port 23 because we already know that Telnet uses port 23 by default. So we're going to access that Ubuntu machine by using Telnet through port 23. So you first start with the protocol type, and then the interface address of the machine you want to, of the host machine, and then you specify the port type, which is port 23. So we're going to go ahead and execute. Okay. It's loaded. It's going to require for a password. Okay. So we're going to start by typing the username for that machine, which is labadmin. Labadmin. Go ahead and press it. It requires for a password. There we go. We've successfully logged into the Ubuntu machine. Okay, note that our terminal prompt has changed to lab@udesktop. The same prompt we saw when we opened the terminal on Ubuntu. Yep, you see this? So it has changed. We were in the Kali machine, Kali at Kali, when we successfully executed the Telnet command into the Ubuntu machine. It changes. That's the change. Okay, so we're going to run that command. Whatever we're doing right now, it's actually taking place in the Ubuntu machine. However, we're controlling that through the Kali machine. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and execute our IP address just to make sure it was the same machine that we were before. Okay. So now we can see. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and create a file named secret.txt. So we're creating a file onto an Ubuntu machine named secret.txt. So we're going to go ahead and execute the nano command, nano file name secret.txt. Please practice how to create a file using the command line interface, using the nano command. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and execute that. It's opened. So we're entering the credit card number here. We're going to just follow suit. Credit card number 4 5 4 5 0 1 0 1 9 0 9. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing, right? We'll do the Control O, right out, and we're going to press the Enter key. Then we're going to exit by doing the Control X. Okay, back into the command line interface. It's still in the Ubuntu machine. I'm just going to go ahead and check this for the lab practice purposes. Now we're going to run the same exercise. We're going to exit first. We completed that process, so we are going to exit. So you see, it's let us know that we've exited by logging out of the Ubuntu machine. So step 19, we are going to do the same process but using a different protocol, which is the SSH. So we are going to execute SSH space lab admin at 192.168.1.50. I'm going to press Enter to execute. It's asking, are you sure you want to proceed? Yes, of course. I'm going to go ahead by typing the yes. Ask for a password. I'm going to go ahead and lock the password. There we go. So we're into the Ubuntu machine using the SSH protocol this time around, which is more secure. That's why you ask for the password, which you're able to log in as well. Okay, so now we're going to create another file named secret2.txt. I'm going to use the nano command again to txt, and we're going to execute. We're going to enter these details, the credit card number. One, two. Oops. Okay, we're going to do the same. Control O, enter, exit. Exit. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and check that out. Exit. Okay, so we're going to exit that session by typing exit. There we go. We're going to launch our Wireshark. We're going to maximize that. And we're going to go ahead and stop the capture. I'm going to click the X. Stop the capture. Then we're going to go right away and save the file. Save as. On the desktop as remote. There we go. Step 26. So we're going to come back after we've saved it. We're going to come back to the filter, and we're going to start by filter Telnet. There we go. So as we pull up Telnet, we're going to right click and we're going to follow and pull up the TCP stream. Okay, so you can tell Telnet is synonymous to the FTP that we did in lab 10. It's all plain text. Plain text. See the password, everything. It's all plain text. It's all plain text. Showing the Telnet session between Kali and Ubuntu. Everything that we typed during that session, you can see it. See that? The username and password used to log in are easily readable, and while the fake credit card number may seem harder to identify, if you look at what it is highlighted in red, you will see each letter and number typed into the secret.txt file. Yep, that's it. That's it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and close this out. And we are going to go ahead and type SSH. Okay, just by scrolling down the packet display pane and look it in the info column. We can see after the key exchange, each packet is encrypted. Maximize this. See that? It's not much the SCP that we just went through in lab 10. Okay. Says let's right click. Sorry. Let's right click in the client and follow into the stream. See that? So basically, after the key exchanges or key exchange, the text become very, very unreadable. See that? Very, very unreadable. I'm going to go ahead and check that out. I'm going to go ahead and close that. Close Wireshark. So our conclusion here is Telnet is not a secure protocol, while SSH is a secure network protocol. I'm going to go ahead and submit this for testing or for lab, for grading purposes based on this lab. We've come to the end of this lab and to the end of all the labs for networks and infrastructure.